Charlie gave you all a little idea of what my brother was all about, and I want to thank you guys for coming out today. Turned out to be a beautiful day, so this is this isn't something that we've really done. We've never done. I hope you never have to do it too. So if we do something wrong, oh well. Most people know me know I really don't cry. Oh yeah, I do. But what I do when I cry, I get mad. When I get mad at myself for crying, which makes me cry more. But recently I found out with a bunch of guys around, if I start crying at work, I can clear a room. So y'all just please stay with me for a minute. Jim was my older brother, and I always remember him being there. It has hit me, and I know that he's passed, but I don't really think I've felt the loss yet. We lived on Longleaf Drive in the old Beechcrest Towers neighborhood, and during that time, it was safe to run the neighborhood, and you just had to be home before the street lights came on. You knew your neighbors, the neighbors knew you, and if you tried to pull one over on your mom, the neighbors really jerked you back into position real quick. I remember one time we were, Jim and I were playing in the backyard with the hose. You know how you play with hose? Playing backyard with the hose, and we got the whole backyard wet. And we tried to convince my mom and my dad that it rained, but it only rained on the back side of the house. We were convinced my neighbor Murtis is the one that pulled on us. We weren't very smart, but it was a lot of fun. I'm fortunate that I was a very sheltered child and oblivious to our surroundings at the point that I didn't have to worry about things that kids worry about now. I don't know if I have a selective memory or just so many of them that the current memories stay. It's not uncommon for Cheryl to say, "Don't you remember so-and-so who lives so-and-so over on Joy Lane?" And I'll be like, "No." But she remembers a lot. But Jim was the protector of the family. My dad left, as Charlie said, when my mom, there were 4 kids. There was boy, girl, boy, girl. We're all 3 years apart. My brother was 12, and my sister's my baby sister, and she's 3. We lost our middle brother, so now it's just me and her. Anyway, we lived in a cookie cutter house, neighborhood, cookie cutter family, boy, girl, boy, girl. But, you know, my dad left, my mom really took it hard. Jimmy became the man of the house at a very young age. My mom didn't cope well. And thankfully Cheryl was too young to remember. And I think I just took those memories out of my memory banks. But Jimmy took the brunt of that. And it's crazy that I didn't realize it until I was writing this. Because I was thinking, wow, Jim and I were really too close. Cheryl and Bobby were really close. And I really wasn't that close with Jimmy. And I'm like, wow, was I just oblivious? And I talked to Charlie and he goes, "You remember the holes in the walls?" That was Jimmy, and he was angry. And I'm like, wow, you know, and it really hit me that he really took this off. He really took it hard with my parents divorcing. My mom didn't cope well. Cheryl was too young. We just survived. Jimmy left the house, he left Towers, and he didn't graduate with the rest of everybody else.